Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are live yet again for another Tuesday night show. We got some cool products to show you tonight. We got the Bassmaster Classic just wrapped up this weekend. It was a great show. It looked like a great, phenomenal turnout, and of course, Jason Christie. Who doesn't love Jason Christie, man? I tell you what, I'm a Yum products fanatic. Love throwing Yum baits all the time. I throw that Christie craw. And I throw that Christie critter religiously. And that Yum dinger, man, I tell you what, I do like those. So it's nice to see him actually get that coveted Bassmaster Classic win. So kudos out there to Jason Christie. Man, right on. Another great Bassmaster Classic. We got Virgilio Mendoza in the house. And, of course, Joshua Cruz coming in. Guys, we are live via Facebook as well as YouTube. I'm going to have two special guests on the show tonight. And like I said, two special products to show you guys. One we've had out before, but this one's been a little tweaked, a little critiqued, and I think you guys are going to love it even more. And then, of course, we got a brand new, all-new product to show you that I'm already in love with. I mean, I think you guys are going to dig this one, especially if you guys are into pond hopping and things like that. So we got Jerry Waters in the house. Ron Pastor is coming on in. Guys, it's going to be a great show. Do me a favor. Click that like button. Click that follow if you already aren't following us on our Facebook page. If you're watching here via Facebook, or if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you click that YouTube. I got Joel Pascal in the house tonight. Joel, I already have a phrase of yours that I have written down, slotted to use. I don't even know why I said I have it written down. The thing is memorized. It is your hook, baby. Pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets. And that is going to be a key phrase that I use later in the show. So big shout out to Joel. You gave us the world a phrase to use that comes back in when it comes to anything KastKing related in the apparel or tackle bag section. And that's just what we're going to talk about. Adam Robinson's in here. But guys, let me bring in two of my special guests tonight. But before I bring them in, I want, again, like I said, do me a favor, click that like, click that share on the YouTube side or on the Facebook side. Let people know that we are live. The more people we get in these shows, the more we reach out there, the more chances of doing giveaways and hooking the people up. I want to let GiveItAwayAJ out of the bag again. And I also want to do a happy International Women's Day shout out to all the women out there that are watching, participating, or just in the sport of angling, or just ladies in general. Happy International Women's Day, but especially happy International Women's Day to you lady anglers out there. So speaking of lady anglers, I got two people coming in. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say that. I wanted to be mean to them a little bit, but no, I'm going to be bringing in two special guests. These guys are pretty cool. They're class acts. They're already fun-loving guys. I haven't got to know them real well yet. With a little bit that I've talked to them, they seem like fun dudes. So let's go ahead and bring them in. I'm bringing Mr. Ross Rhodes as well as Mr. Jake Chauncy. Jake, how's your audio doing? I know we were trying to get that squared away right before we went live. How's that working out for you?
It's working good. Can you guys all hear me good?
We can hear you great. Can you hear? Obviously, if you answered me, you can hear me, right? So
yeah. We got that cleared up finally.
About time, Ross. Come on, Jake. So, Ross, real quick, since Jake has been like holding the whole thing up, is it that way all the time on launch day or tournament day with Jake?
Oh, he's definitely usually the last one out of the house. There's no doubt about it.
Jake.
I like my sleep.
And I'll tell you this too. The dude, he cannot navigate. If the ramp was next door, he would still use his GPS to get to it.
Oh,
I don't use my GPS. I just follow Ross.
Getting no love tonight. No love. So, guys, let me introduce you. We got Ross Rhodes Fishing, obviously, and Jake Chauncy. These two gentlemen are new additions to the pro staff and the pro team here in the KastKing family. And they are actually part of the NPFL, the National Professional Fishing League. Guys, this is a new platform, so to speak. I mean, it's not the newest thing in the world. It's been out. What is this, the second year? Am I wrong?
Yeah, second year.
Yep.
Second year. It's actually a very large entity, I guess, in itself, and doing some pretty big things. Now, how long have you guys been fishing? Obviously, being a second year, have you guys been there since the fruition of it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Both of us have.
And you guys are teammates?
We got. Yes,
we work together for sure.
I mean, I'll be happy when he finishes second behind me, of course.
Hey, not going to happen.
What what's funny is we're going to feed into a little bit of that competition stuff here and there throughout the day. But you guys fish together a lot. You guys do a lot of practice together. You guys are good friends. You guys now, is it you guys room together or you guys hang out a lot together on the road? Is that the story there?
Yeah, I mean, we travel together. You know, he definitely has the longer travel this year. Last year it was definitely me. But yeah, it's funny. It's crazy what this fishing world can do. It just brings people in, you know, so close, and it's so tight knit and everything. I mean, I didn't even know this guy from Adam last year, and I met him at a tournament, and now he's my best friend. So,
yep, for sure. Definitely, definitely crazy. Rosso, as I call him, I had no idea who he was when I first met him. I caught that Michigan accent. He probably thought I was a redneck, and we hit it off, and we've been buddies ever since.
Well, that is cool. That's awesome. Now, I'm thinking this lady, happy International Day to Mrs. Jessica Chauncy anyways, but I see a shake and bake there. So is that your guys' little theme that you guys use on the on your little tournament trail with each other? Shake and bake.
That's right. I think I think Taylor Watkins might be Ricky Bobby because he won't never let anybody else win.
That's a fact.
I was gonna say, now who's Will's Ferrell character in the out of the two of you guys?
Definitely me, obviously.
Did you see the guy's headphones?
Hey, they don't have a knot in them this time. At least that's where we started off. So Ross, how long have you been into fishing, let alone the professional side of it?
I've been fishing since I could literally stand at the dock and hold a rod in my hand. I've been fishing like Opens and Costas and Toyotas, whatever you want to call them now, since 2013.
Oh wow!
So I've been around the, I guess you'd call it, professional scene for quite a while. I did fish a couple years as a co-angler, which was really good. I definitely recommend that to anybody that's looking to get into the sport. You just learn so much, and you get to go to so many different bodies of water, and everyone fishes differently. So you just learn and learn and learn and learn. I mean, it's a really good program that, you know, certain trails have for sure.
So now, Jake, how long have you been into the professional side of fishing, let alone the, you know, obviously your second year into the NPFL, but how long have you gone pro, and are you the one who chews Big Red?
Definitely don't chew Big Red. It tastes like the cinnamon. Kind of got a bad college story with Goldschlager, so I don't like Big Red.
Jeez Louise, we're getting into Goldschlager on the show. It's real tonight.
But no, to answer your question, I've been fishing at this level now. This is my second year at the touring level. Had done some, you know, high level like non-boater type stuff, whether it be like a Toyota series type deal for a year or two prior to that. But this is my first year or my second year at the touring level on a national trail.
Oh, cool. Right on, right on. All right. Now, you guys, like I said, we already talked about you guys are friends and partners. So how did you guys like meet and become homies in this situation and travel together and be shake and bake, as we've already seen?
Ross, you want me to take this one?
If you want to, sure.
Well, we had a tournament last year, happened to be on my home water, and you know, somebody just happened to have to call me and get a bunch of information. And now we hit it off, and we've been buddies ever since. Our second tournament of the year last year was on Wright Patman, which is 5 minutes from my home. And Ross, as well as like literally everybody else on the trail, I think, called me and one other guy that lived here in Texarkana, because at the time Wright Patman was an unknown lake to many of our anglers and many people at that level. And you know, we just kind of hit it off right then. Jen's tearing him up right now, for those of you that don't know.
I would have to believe that's the better half, right? That's the boss, correct, Ross?
That's the boss.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's the lawmaker right there. I got to look around and make sure the hammer of my house don't come around. Lay the law down on me. So what's funny is Ross had to relocate because the boss is, I would assume the boss is making dinner, but dinner was being made while the show was about to start. What's for dinner, Ross?
So we actually just started this. It's called Hello Fresh.
Dude, yeah,
I'm sure you're familiar with it with the West Coast, but it's definitely better than going to the grocery store and wasting a bunch of food. And so, to be honest with you, this is our first meal, but I mean, everything that, you know, they said is going to be so far has. I haven't tasted the food yet, but I mean,
It's
all
pretty
our
good.
friends
We do it here sometimes.
and
Yeah.
I guess it's the deal. I mean,
Who would have known we're going to be on a fishing show on KastKing's Live talking about HelloFresh? And I got to throw this out there. My favorite HelloFresh meal so far to date was it's like a chicken poblano mozzarella kind of dish. It's like a sandwich, and dude, it is bomb.
that sounds delicious.
Bomb.
Yeah, they have some good food for sure. We used to do that like almost every meal, and we kind of slowed down on it, but we still do it from time to time.
Yeah, same. Agreed here, man.
I figure we give it a go. I mean, heck.
Yeah, there's nothing. No, it's cool. Like it's a great thing. I totally down. Like, not trying to plug HelloFresh, though. HelloFresh people, if you're watching, Ross Rhodes needs an endorsement. He's hungry. Look at him. His neck's not as full as Jake's. We need to fatten his neck a little bit. So.
He's just got to keep living, man. He ain't made my age
mama's chocolate
level
chip
yet.
cookies are not helping, are they, Bob?
No, I told him to make it to his 30s, and he's gonna
We'll go right
blow
there
up.
here pretty soon. He's gonna be fishing. Hi, I'm Ross Rhodes, and when I'm not on the tournament trail, I'm eating HelloFresh. No.
I'll do whatever they want me to do.
He'll have his own discount code, everything. So that's hilarious, man. Now, all right. So since we got this whole shake and bake theme going on tonight, and of course it's not shake and bake for dinner, it's HelloFresh. But who's the power fisherman out of you guys?
Oh, 100% me.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Yeah,
We should see
100%
this guy
me.
try to tie anything finesse. It takes at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm from Texas, so 100% me. He's
I'm
Michigan
Michigan
man.
all day long, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
I've gotten better. Ross has
Yeah?
kind of brought me to the dark side of the spinning rod and reel
The
world,
dark
and
side. You know what?
I actually once I kind of learned there was a lot of things that I didn't know that were basics that made life a lot easier when it came to the spinning game whenever Ross came into my life.
You know what? And that's kind of a taboo thing. Like, you get a lot of people that throw shame on a spinning reel. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I don't use that sissy rod and reel right there. And me, if that's a sissy rod and reel, I love a sissy rod and reel. And I love throwing a bait caster, but I tell you what, I love a spinning reel. I mean, I love it. I gotta admit though, drop shot was part of the dark side for me for quite a while until I finally swallowed that pill and got better at it. And then all of a sudden it's a go-to for me. So,
well, I'll tell you, like, since I kind of learned it over the last 1.5 to 2 years, like really kind of mastered it, I pretty much have it tied on just about everywhere I go.
yeah. Yeah. Once you realize how, I mean, it's a sure thing. Like, when fishing gets tough, drop shot's gonna put fish in the boat. Is it gonna put fatties in the boat like Texas rig? Not always, but you have a better ratio of big fish with Texas rig, but you have a better catch ratio with drop shot, I would have to say, especially when it's tough. Right. So, Ross, obviously you're the finesse guy.
Yeah. I mean, we have our lakes up here in Michigan, they're just so clear. I go anywhere else with like the NPFL and they're like, oh, this water's pretty good. I'm like, guys, this looks like chocolate milk. So yeah, these boys, they have no idea what they're getting into when we go to Saginaw Bay. I'll just say that.
So we've got a question here, which is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching the comment section, please feel free to ask some questions. We'd love a little Q&A from myself, from Ross or Jake. These guys are obviously, they're at such a pro level fishing in the NPFL. They can definitely, and that's the thing with fishing, in my opinion, there can be wrong ways to do it, but I can't say that there is only a right way. This is the only right way to do this. It's fishing. There's constantly new adaptations and things like that. So with that said, we know that Ross is the finesse guy, and Jake, you're going to be the more power fisherman kind of guy. So when it comes to those two things, Sebastian, and I believe he's from Argentina, by the way, he mentioned that earlier. Maybe wrong, but he wants to know, what is your guys' favorite rig? So Ross, when it comes to finesse, what is your go-to finesse? And Jake, when you answer, what is your go-to power fishing technique? Is it the Texas rig or something else?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I am finesse, but my favorite way to catch fish is definitely topwater. Buzzbait, spook, popar. I mean, that's really what I just love to catch them with. Finesse, obviously, you can't go wrong with a drop shot, shaky head. The Ned rig is becoming a big player, has been for the past couple of years. And then there's a couple other little things out there too, like a spy bait.
Now that's a bait that you don't see enough attention on. Is a spy
That's
bait.
okay. That's okay.
I agree. That you
That
don't
is
see a
okay.
whole lot of love there, but it is a formidable bait. So okay,
Yeah.
your favorite way to catch them is going to be top water, things like that. Now, when it comes to the true finesse, what's your go-to finesse?
Kind of just depends where I'm fishing, but it's definitely either going to be a shaky head or a Ned rig or a drop shot for sure.
Okay.
I mean, no matter where I'm at in the country, I have those 3 tied on at all times. So.
Well,
Jake, what do you got, brother?
Well, as far as my favorite way to catch them, if I had one way that I could it's my absolute favorite way, it's definitely going to be a chatterbait. Like, I love fishing chatterbait around grass. That's my deal. But as far as my favorite rig, if you want that question, got to be Texas rig. I mean, it's so you can use it anywhere, any type of water, any condition, and it catches big fish.
All right. See, I love Texas rig and I love chatterbait. And I actually, you know what? We just had the Bassmaster Classic, just wrapped up this weekend. Mr. Al Norker, by the way, who was in the is in our comments right now. Let me actually pull up his comment here, which is pretty nice right here. I think you guys would appreciate it. Proud to have Ross and Jake on the team. Al's such a cool class act. But Al was
he is. I haven't really got to meet him or anything, but we've had a few phone calls and whatnot, and he just seems like a real genuine dude for sure.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, the guy's a class act. I look up to the dude completely. I aspire to be like the guy. He's I would have to say an unspoken legend in the industry. I think Al's awesome. But enough about fluffing Al there. So. but Al's a cool cat, and he just led the team at the Bassmaster Classic booth and the Academy booth, which is the Academy booth was like an exclusive place to be at the Classic. If you were in the Academy booth, it's one of the biggest booths at the Classic. KastKing was asked to be there as a part of the Academy booth. It's a big deal, and we had some really cool launches and sneak peeks. Like we saw the new Deadbolt. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard about this thing yet. We saw the new Bassmaster Elite or the Bassnator Elite spinning reel. I haven't even heard about that. I knew about the Deadbolt. I knew about the Mega Jaws Elite. Didn't know we had the Bassnator Elite spinning reel coming, and that got shown at the Classic. So we had some really cool things coming out there. But it's kind of cool that you talk about that because, we've got some new baits that we're showing. And when I was out filming, I've been doing some film work on the Mega Jaws Elite, and I was throwing that chatterbait like you'd mentioned. This is actually a bait we're going to talk about. We got a new chatterbait here in our show tonight to launch and talk about it with some good deals. But it's really neat to see some really cool products coming up. Now, guys, have you guys seen or heard about the new Mega Jaws Elite or the Deadbolt or anything like that?
Yeah, I have. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on one of those Deadbolts for frogging. I'm from Texas.
Yeah, I was going to say, being a power fisherman, that whole no drag. Now, are you the kind of guy that cinches the drag all the way down?
Absolutely. Absolutely. On a frog. Yeah, for sure.
Really? Okay. See, in Arizona, I don't have a whole lot of lily pads and a whole lot of salad to fight through. We got getting past them prickly pears and them cactus isn't all that hard when we set the hook. No, we still got some structure to fight out of, but I've never really cinched down the drag all the way. But I tell you what, I am looking forward to putting the Deadbolt to work when I actually get my hands on it. So, yeah. Ross, what about you? Have you heard about the new Mega Jaws Elite?
I've heard it. Al and I talked about it a little bit. He kind of told me what was coming and whatnot. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about it yet. I don't have one. However, I did just last night. I saw Cliff Crochet, how he did that video with the Deadbolt, and I was like, man, that thing looks awesome. I mean,
you know what?
There's so many applications in bass fishing where you really don't need a drag. And
true,
that
true.
reel is definitely going to shine. There's no doubt about it.
From Texas rig, pulling them out of big heavy cover, like you guys said, and from frogging, that's that reel right there, especially in the true form of power fishing. You put that on. What now? You guys are fishing with KastKing. What all are you fishing with? Line, rods, reels? Where are you at right now? And of course, it ever expands.
Yeah, I'm on this year with just the reels. So spinning and casting reels.
Okay.
And I'm exclusive with line and reels.
Line and reels. Now, hopefully in the near future, we can get you guys with rods and reels. Now, like Cliff Crochet, who is the designer of the deadbolt, is also a co-designer with Al Norker on the Spiral rod, or the Spirale as it's also pronounced, which is that spiral wrapped microwave air guide. And it, Jake, I'm telling you, if you ever get your chance to, and I know you've got another rod sponsorship, but if you ever get a chance to just play with one, just check it out. Check it out. It is a true epitome of a power fishing rod and reel. You put that deadbolt on there on the Spiral with any of our braided lines or even our fluorocarbon line, it's going to be a contender. I tell you what, it's going to be awesome. You're going to like it. But you know what?
Yeah,
for now,
I have put my hands on some of those rods, the Spirale series, and they're legit. I like them.
They're I don't want to call them a broomstick because they're not a broomstick, but they're, to me, I guess you could throw them in that heavy duty, gnarly class of rods without an anvil attached to them. It's still neat. They're still very sensitive, very flexible, very lightweight. They're cool. They're really cool. So, but don't want to get into rods too much. I mean, obviously, you guys are endorsed with rods with another company, and they would hate to ever step on their toes. If you ever do see the dark side, the light, since we already said it, come to the dark side. So, all right, let me check out my list here. Actually, I needed to look at the comment section. Where is it? What do we got here? That's kind of a neat one. Let's see here. Pros and cons right here. There's pros and cons of using spin and bait casting, though. Some that Marlon says here. What would you guys say would be some pros and cons for you? That's a good question. And for anybody else that's joining, new into the chat, why would you select a bait caster over a spinning reel, and why, and vice versa?
For me, it kind of just comes down to technique. I mean, I wouldn't ever throw a chatterbait on a spinning rod. There's certain techniques that require the right equipment, I guess is the best way to put it. Anything finesse, pretty much you're going to want a spinning reel. And then, your power fishing, your chatterbait, spinnerbait, buzzbait, jig, anything like that, you're going to want a bait caster. And the big thing there is probably the gear ratio would be the biggest thing. When you hook that fish, you can really catch up to them fast, where on spinning reel, you've got to rely more on your drag and whatnot to be able to land the fish. So, and line size, I would say, would be another big key factor to that also.
Very true.
So anything, 10 and up pretty much on a bait caster, and then, 10 and below, I would say spinning. So for finesse, presentations.
Right.
Yeah, I'd totally agree with what Ross is saying. It's it all factors in, and water clarity plays a big role in that, depending upon the line size that you're using, and gear ratios depending on the technique and lure, and then also lure weight. If you're using a featherweight lure with light line, it's not going to be a great application to throw it on a bait casting rod and reel.
Exactly. Yep.
So, it all depends on the situation. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but a good rule of thumb is finesse type things with lighter line, go with a spinning reel, and then more of a power bait type deal with heavier line, you go with a bait caster.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, there's a, like you said, there's a whole lot of for any of the new anglers that are watching this broadcast, spinning reels and bait casters, in my opinion, spinning reel, don't let somebody out there tell you that, bait caster is the only way to go. Spinning reel is a tool. It definitely has its place. In my world, it is not a sissy tool, in my opinion. It's a great tool. You watch MLF, you watch the NPFL, you watch the Bassmaster Classic. Every one of those guys who are competing to win hundreds of thousands of dollars have a spinning reel on their deck, and for a reason.
Unless you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Then they don't have very many.
They ain't got one on at all. No. Get it out of here, sissy reel. But you got a bobber on there with that drop shot? So.
Yeah. They make a difference, though, I promise you. Now I'm from Texas, and now I have them everywhere I go.
Now, Jake,
I started getting my butt kicked.
You said you're using our line as well. Have you got your hands on that 13X yet?
I have. It's the real deal. The 8X was phenomenal stuff, but the 13X even took it up another level. In my opinion, it's probably the best finesse braid I've ever put my hands on.
You are not the only one to say that. Ross, come to Come to the dark side, Ross.
Hey, the covert fluorocarbon it's legit. It's great stuff. I mean, I wasn't 100% sold on the covert when I first came over. I thought it was good, but wasn't 100% sold on it. Put my hands on it, fell in love immediately. I mean, it's great, low memory, and super tough. It's great line. It really is.
And we can get stubborn in our ways as fishermen. And I talk and deal with a lot of anglers across the board, and we can get stuck in a groove, in our line, in our favorites, you know. And then when we vary outside of that, we instantly will blame a product, you know, if some anomaly is to occur, which is funny because if that same anomaly occurred on your tried and true stuff that you've used forever, you would scoff it off to, oh, it's me or something else. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you honestly have to give something a real world true chance and to go, oh. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Because it's true. I've had other people at first go, Cobra, you know, I only use this one brand of fluorocarbon, and I really don't want to deviate. And then at first they try it, and I'm like, well, I don't know yet. And then, of course, a couple months later, I talk to them more. They're like, actually, you know what? No, I love that covert line. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I had one of our other NPFL anglers, Richard Cooper. He's a KastKing guy. And I was talking to Coop whenever I came on board with him about the line. And he told me, he's like, you're going to be really impressed whenever you get your hands on that covert. And he wasn't lying. Like, it is a great line. And for the price, it's absolutely unbeatable for the rest of the industry. It's top dollar line at, very, very reasonable price.
Yeah, there are some great products out there in the world of fishing that you don't have to pay just incredibly large amount. There are people that want to pay a large amount of money because they believe, well, if it doesn't cost a lot, it must not be that great. But there are some good products out there that are super affordable, and KastKing prides themselves on being one of those products. So Adam Robinson is asking, is the A-rig allowed in the National Professional Fishing League?
It is not.
Why?
No
story behind that.
No umbrella style rigs, and nothing more than one wire, right?
Spinnerbait? Only one wire per blade for like spinnerbait style rigs. So nothing with more than 2 arms.
Okay. Now you said one wire spinnerbait. Now it doesn't matter how many blades or anything to that nature.
No, you can have, a super long arm with like multiple blades, but only one wire coming off, so it can't have like multiple wires.
And a triple hook or a triple treble setup on a jerk bait is totally cool too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It just makes you wonder where. See, like in Arizona, the A-rig is legal, but we can only have 2 hooks. That's it.
So you have 2 hooks and 3 dummies then, or?
Yeah. It's only 2 hooks, and the rest have to be dummies.
Gotcha.
So, look at this. Al Norker says 17-pound covert.
That's what I was wanting to hear.
Yes.
That's what I was wanting to hear, Al.
17 or 18 pound. I love our 15. I love our 20.
I do too.
And I was like, man,
17's the money. That's what I like to hear, Al.
That's a perfect pound test line for a lot of applications for sure.
It's coming, guys. It's coming. Al, you made my night. I'm gonna be
mine too.
While we're cooking HelloFresh. And Al's dropping secrets like crazy tonight. We got the bait finesse systems coming for the rods and the BFS. Do either of you guys do any bait finesse fishing at all? I know that Jake obviously doesn't. If it's not gigantic power fishing, he won't even look at it. But Ross, have you ever BFS did any bait finesse systems with them little microscopic stuff?
I'd say probably the smallest thing that I use would be like a Damiki rig.
Oh, Damiki rig. What exactly is a Damiki rig?
It's basically just vertical fishing. It's really kind of ice fishing technique on open water. You're just vertically jigging, above the fish. You just put a little 3-inch minnow on there or something. I'll be using the X Zone Hot Shot minnow, which just got released, I think, 2 days ago. So that thing's pretty sweet. And then just a moon eye jig or, anything of that nature. Just the big deal is it's got to have a perfect 90-degree line tie. So when it's sitting in the water column, it's completely vertical. It's not kicked one way or, hanging down like this. It sits just like this. and then you just drop it down to them, and hopefully if everything works out, they come up before it even gets down there and they bite it. I know Jacob Wheeler did that a lot on his last MLF there at Lewis Smith. I know the Classic, that was a big player there. I know some guys were doing it at our event at Cumberland.
Cool.
So.
Awesome. Well, now you guys just got added to the KastKing Pro team. Ross, you're there for primarily just reels right now. Jake, your reels and line. Tell me what you guys have, what you guys selected to put on your boats in the form of reels, and Jake in the form of reels and line, and how you're going to put them to work this coming season.
So I have both ratios of the Bassmaster Elite baitcasters right now. Also got some Speed Demon spinning reels coming. I'll definitely be getting my hands on the Mega Jaws and the Deadbolt, when that comes available. That's pretty much it. Everything I got is all Bassmaster Elite right now, but once those Deadbolts come, I'll be putting them on my frog, my buzz bait, and flipping, obviously. So.
And I've got I went with the 641 Bassnators. I've got them on all of my lower gear ratio setups. Probably about 12 to 15 of those, and then I've got like another 12 to I think I got 12 Speed Demons in the 8 4-to-1, and I'm using those for all my flipping applications, top water, things of that nature. And then I've got all the Speed Demon spinning reels. I'm sorry, using all those for any kind of finesse style fishing. As far as lines concerned, I've got for all my frogging type applications, I'm using the KastKing braid line in the 65 pound. I'm using the 13X and some 8X in all my finesse type situations, and then also the covert for all fluorocarbon applications. And I'm using it in from 8 pound all the way up to 20. In my finesse braids, I'm using them primarily around 20 pound finesse braid. And then on my heavier braid, I'm using it in like a 65 pound.
Nice. Now we hit the 30-minute mark, guys, and I appreciate it. And I know Ross has got some HelloFresh that's just piping hot on the table, ready to go.
Don't worry about that.
They're 30-minute meals. I know that. That's kind of the target goal with those. So your meals got to be ready here pretty quick. We try to keep the show around 30 minutes, but before I let you guys go, Ross, I'll start with you. What do you got? When do things really get popping off for you? Do you have any major tournaments coming up? And how can people follow you and watch you? Where can they follow you? Instagram, Facebook? Do you have a TikTok, YouTube? How can people who are watching this program or maybe watch it rebroadcast become a Ross Rhodes fishing fan and follow you along your path in the NPFL?
Yeah, for sure. So right now we're still frozen. I couldn't go fishing besides ice fishing if I wanted to. Besides rivers and stuff, but even that is, not really ideal. But as far as following me, all social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're all just Ross Rhodes Fishing, which is what I made my tag here. And then, our big tournaments, we got NPFL stop number 2 coming up at Hartwell. We head out for that middle of April. Looking forward to that. That should be fun. Definitely probably a lot warmer than our last event. When we took off at Blast Off on Saturday, it was like 27 degrees in Kentucky. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably fish some stuff, around the house here this summer with a couple buddies. But my daughter, she's almost 9 months now. So, when I'm home, I try to spend as much time as I can with the fam too. But, you definitely got to stay. You definitely got to stay up on your equipment and up on, honing on your skills, even when you're not fishing tournaments, to keep up with these guys we fish against. So
right.
I try to at least go to the lake. I try at least once a week for sure. So
that's all I can do. Well, Ross, I appreciate you coming on and introducing yourself to the world. And I also want to welcome you to the KastKing family. You and Shake and Bake, you guys are going to make a fun duo to watch, in your guys' your trek across the country. Now, before I let you go, and before we get to Jake, who's going to come out higher in points at the end of the year? Little friendly competition here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Jake's a great angler. You know, I think the reason we work so good together is it's not that we're the same, it's that we're so different. And, you know, we do things completely different, but at the same time, you know, it kind of eliminates a lot more than, say, you know, if we're just doing the exact same thing, you know. So, but I'll be honest, you know, once I saw the schedule, my eyes lit up pretty good. We got 2 Great Lake tournaments, and, you know, being from Michigan, I can't really deny that I think I might have the upper hand on this one. So
Jake,
I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything. I'm just being realistic. So the Great
you better
Lakes
watch out.
area,
Jake's going to come in there and Texas rig everything. He's just going to flip.
He might. There's no doubt.
It definitely sets up well for Ross for sure.
Which that could be a curse too. So who knows? I guess
It could be.
Everyone watching, just keep, you know, follow us on the NPFL, and we'll see what happens. He got me at the last one for sure. So.
Well, it's great to see you guys actually support each other. It's awesome. Well, Ross, I'm going to turn you loose for the night. Is there anything you want to say before I cut you loose?
Well, I just want to thank the people, you know, that support me. I got Brazalo Custom Lures on board, KastKing, JB3, Nitro, Mercury, DNR, MTech Lithium, Seagar, Buck and Bass. That was a huge player at the last NPFL event. I mean, if you guys haven't checked out the Oroville from Buck and Bass, the new mid-layer jacket, it is hands down probably the most effective fishing equipment outerwear you could buy, bar none. The rain suit is, you know, if you're cold and wet, you're miserable. This thing will keep you dry 100% of the day, no matter the conditions. I mean, we've put them through the ringer, there's no doubt. But yeah, that's pretty much it. DNR Sports Center. You know, I just thank my wife, my family, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Ross, go get you a hot plate and send off that application to HelloFresh for their new fishing tour sponsorship there. So
Yeah.
All righty, man. Have a great night.
All right. Hey, thank you guys.
Jake. All right, man. So like we said, we know that you're going to go in there flipping all those big tournaments up there in his area. So what do you got going on? You got any other tournaments other than the NPFL that you're going? Anything exclusive, anything fun? How can people follow you? This is your time to let the world know how to follow Jake Chauncy and follow you as a fan.
Yeah. So right now, you know, my social media is Jake Chauncy Fishing, both on Instagram and Facebook. I wasn't smart and put it as my name on here like Ross and you. So shoot myself in the face. But yeah, it's Jake Chauncy Fishing on Instagram and Facebook. Also, Ross and I are actually in the process of creating. We actually have it already, but it's not been rolled out yet. YouTube channel. So we are going to be rolling that out, and we will give you guys more information so you can, you know, blast it out to the world. AJ, maybe we can come on another show, and it'll just be kind of a YouTube series, kind of following us on the trail across the country and that kind of thing. So maybe the world can kind of see what life is like with us on the road. It's probably kind of comical, to be honest.
I think that'd be a great idea. I absolutely do. And then when you do beat Ross up there in his neck of the woods with all them power fishing and flipping, where everybody else is going to be finessing, I got to have you back on, and you can change your name to Jake. I'm the winner, Chauncy. So. In a
Right.
boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo kind of thing. So,
but yeah, to kind of touch on you know, the question you had about, you know, things that I'll be fishing, you know, in the past, typically I would be fishing things like, you know, the Toyota Series or maybe Bass Open or something like that. At least, you know, 3 of them are one division. But this year I'm just fishing the NPFL. You know, I'll hit some local stuff, like little open tournaments here locally around where I live. But, you know, I've got, you know, a big family, And, you know, I need to devote as much time to my children as I can. And, you know, I also work full time. I work for Weyerhaeuser. I'm a safety engineering manager for Weyerhaeuser company. Many people know where that, you know, what company that is. And so I work full time doing that as well. And I'm blessed to be able to fish professionally on the side. I don't get to, you know, fish as many tournaments as I used to or that I'd like to, but you know, my family's worth it and worth the you know, worth not being able to spend as much time on the water as I would like to at sometimes. So, you know, I try to make the best of it and do everything I can to, you know, keep my family happy, myself happy, and I always got to remember happy wife, happy life.
That is right. That is right. And remember, it is Happy International Women's Day. So
That's right.
Make sure you tell the wife.
And shout out to my wife. Happy birthday tomorrow.
Ooh,
Tomorrow is my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica. Love you.
Pre-birthday shout out right there. Well, Jake, I'm going to turn you loose, let you go have dinner with the wife, or at least maybe get a drink and spend the evening with her and tell her we appreciate her for allowing you to spend some time with us tonight. And welcome aboard on the KastKing team with your reels and the line. I look forward to seeing you to take old Ross to school, you know, with our 13X there in the finesse world. Now, Ross, I love you. I've been throwing him under the bus all night. So
I appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Have a good one. Thanks, Jake.
All right, buddy.
Now, those of you who have been dedicated watching the show, don't go just yet. I've got 2 new products to show you guys. They're actually on Amazon right now, and they've got some great sales. Now, that was Jake Chauncy and Ross Rhodes. Those guys are some cool guys right there. I tell you what, I instantly hit it off those guys in a little bit of chatting and talking we were doing. I just dropped one of my lures here that I was going to show you. But KastKing has some sister companies in the form of MadBite as well as like Extremist and things to that nature. Well, right here, we are re-releasing the bladed jig kit. And if you guys already took advantage and picked these up, they work and they work awesome. Well, guess what? We took to the design board and thought, how can we make them better? We got a little bit improved hook design, got some beautiful skirts, you know, changed the eyes up on them a little bit. But this is where they really shine, in my opinion. Check out that blade. You know, I mean, Z-Man and then Strike King, all those guys got some cool looking little blade designs. Well, MadBite threw in this kind of that fierce skull design in that blade, unlike anything I've seen before in the industry. And I think it's pretty cool. You guys should check these out. Let me actually throw the link up online right here. Let me share my screen so you guys can see it. These guys right here. Where is it? Right there. And we're going to do this. Yes, share screen. We're going to go with this one right here. So check it out, guys. This is the newly uploaded MadBite bladed jig fishing lure kit. You can get them in 5-piece or 3-piece, and they're multicolored. As you can see, you've got kind of a couple different crawl colors. You got some of the different shad colors, and then you've got that ever famous black and blue. That is a Matt Rhodes special right there. Matt thinks if you go fish any body of the water, you got to have a black and blue tight on. And I got to tell you what, he's proven it to me a few times that it does work, and I do like that black and blue. Now, if you guys like the black and blue or you like those crawl colored and shad colored options, you guys definitely need to check it out. And again, you've got the fast blade detached system right there and also that cool skull shape to it. Multiple different skirts that you can do from. And then, of course, you have the actual secured and durable tied silicone skirts. So it's actually tied on and sealed rather than the rubber. Now, that's one thing that I do hate when it comes to a lot of my spinner baits and bladed jigs and things like that. That is that, like as you can see right here, that guy right there, that rubber, almost a rubber band around the skirt. If you live anywhere, especially me, in a hotter climate, they don't last long. It breaks, and then you got skirt material all over, and then you have to go buy new skirts, and it's just not a great thing. So that tied, secured, sealed, durable, hand-tied silicone skirt, that's the way to go right there. It's an awesome setup. So 2 ways of fishing like they show right here. You can fish it with a trailer or a soft bait or without. They do well, and I will be featuring some of these and using these in some upcoming videos. Guys, if you guys are a bladed jig fanatic, there is no better value online today than the MadBite bladed jig. They are up there with the best of them. And to be able to get a 3 or 5 count starting in the $13 world Plus, right here, guys, do not forget this right here. I can't emphasize it enough. If you see my cursor, 20% savings when you guys pick. So make sure you click on that box right there. Then you come over and you find whether you want the 3 count or you want the 5 count. And for me, go with 5. Go with the 5. It is, you can never have enough bladed jigs, guys. I believe it. If you ask anybody in the MLF and the Bassmaster Classic and the NPFL or just Brent Chapman himself, you got to have a bladed jig tied on. And this is a bait that works year round. And with a 20% off already, an inexpensive but yet awesome price of $13.59 for a 5-pack, of these bladed jigs, ladies and gentlemen. You can get 5 of them. And I already showed you, these are some full-size bladed jigs in a 3/8 ounce option. You got to check them out, guys. They are awesome. Or you can get them in a 1/2 ounce option. Definitely something both right-handed or left-handed for those of you who are hilarious. Guys, check them out. 20% off. Already super affordable. I'm telling you, you want to put fish in the boat and you want to know a lure that's going to do it year-round, it's got to be a bladed jig, especially when that wind picks up a little bit. That's the way to go. This is a bait that's just flat going to catch fish and looks cool and saves you money in doing so. So check that out. Another really cool option to show you before I turn you guys loose is this one right here. Boom. This cat right here. And let me actually show it to you guys. It is the new Bait Boss Fishing Tackle Bag Systems. Dude, let me show you guys. I have 3 of them right here. These things are killer. Look at this. Now, a lot of times when you get these big backpack style tackle bags, and that's exactly what this is. This is not your normal backpack. This is a backpack designed specifically for tackle. Now, some of our other previous tackle bags that we've had can just be normal backpacks, but this thing honed in and is narrowed in on being your favorite tackle backpack. So for any of those of you that like to go kayaking, pond hopping, hiking into your favorite river, trail, stream, or pond, this is the backpack that you're after, and several different options to choose from. Look at this. This is a full-size energy drink can. So you can put a big water bottle. You can put some of your little aluminum water bottles or beverage bottles in here. Full-size energy drink. If you guys want to, some of your Gatorade bottles will fit in here perfect. It is awesome. It's also got a cool weather-resistant or waterproof bag to it system. You've got, of course, your sunglass pouch, which is designed with a soft lining in it, so it won't scratch your lenses on your favorite set of sunglasses. And me, I wear prescription sunglasses. They're like $300-400 for a pair. This is a very important option. Another cool option is if you're going to be hiking in and the weather gets you, you can now actually cover your backpack with a built-in waterproof cover on your backpack that you can actually cover while it's still attached to your back. That's another cool option. And just like I said, Joel Pascal, you'll appreciate this. Pockets on pockets on pockets. He's saying full screen that baby. All right, let me full screen it then. Let me stop. Oh, before I full screen it, 10% off coupon, guys. Make sure you click it. You're going to have several different color patterns to choose from. Your normal like digital camo print. You've got kind of more of your worldwide kind of camouflage. You've got your chartreuse and black. And then, of course, I'm going to be showing this one in just a moment. But as Joel Pascal said, full screen it, baby. So let's go ahead and stop sharing that screen. Check this thing out. Okay, this thing is huge. All right, I showed you that. This is, I mean, I'm a big guy as far as I have huge hands. This is a big backpack. If you guys have seen, check out Nikki's posts on Instagram and Facebook. This thing looks gigantic on her. She's kind of a smaller frame person, but this is a big backpack. This really is. It is not a small backpack, and it comes with all the goodies you could want. You've got the padded backing as well as shoulder straps that can be connected in the center for better support hiking. And then, of course, it comes with 4 of your smaller Plano-style storage boxes. Now, I've got 4 in the top, and I also have 4 in the bottom section, which I'm going to open up for you guys so you guys can see it. Let me check this thing out. You've got 4 tackle boxes in it. It comes with 4, but you can get 8 total in here. And I've got 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. And then, of course, you have your soft plastic PVC pouches for all your favorite spinner baits, your chatter baits, soft plastics, pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets, more pocket storage on this side, more pocket storage in the front. You have pouches and different straps, more pockets, as Joel Pascal loves to show the world. Love you, Joel. And then, of course, more pockets, more storage on both sides. You can strap your favorite telescoping rods, two-piece rods to the side, fly rods. It is a way to go. Like I showed you, full-size beverage can right here. You got the Molly style. Comes with an American flag Velcro patch, so you can add other patches, put your favorite patch from whether you're retired military or whatever it may be. It is killer, guys. And like Joel says, pockets on pockets on pockets on pockets. This thing is awesome. Now, I also showed it right here with some of our newest pliers attached to it. Of course, I've got the lanyard strapped to one of the attachments there, and it is a perfect addition to add your favorite pliers and strap it down in a little Velcro patch. This is a killer backpack. 4 different color options. Like I said, you got that normal camo. You've got the American digital camo print with the cool KastKing logo stitched on. You've got another logo embossed right here that's raised, as well as this guy right here. This is such a cool, flashy one. This is that beautiful blue with that fiery orange or speed demon orange accents on it. Guys, you got to check them out. It is the Bait Boss Fishing Tackle Bag on Amazon right now. They are killer, and they're going fast. Let me share my screen again. But I got to show you guys, if you're going to do it, make sure you click right here. Boom. Right here, guys. Do not forget when ordering. Click that 10% off, whether you want to go with the blue and orange, you want to go with the grass green, you want to go with the standard camouflage, or you're going with that digital camo. Just make sure you guys are clicking on that 10% savings. Such a killer backpack. This is right here. If you guys do any kind of hiking into any of your fishing areas, or even for, like, say, some of your kayak work, or if you are a boater, a non-boater, and you jump in the back seat of your buddy's fishing boat and you don't want to bring gigantic amounts of big bulky tackle bags, here's a backpack that you can stuff a ton of your favorite fishing gear in, as well as beverages and things like that, and not take up all the space in the boat. It is an awesome thing to do. Milton Thompson already knows it's a great big bag and it's worth the money. Milton, thank you very much. Tell you what, Milton knows. Milton doesn't play around. He knows what's going on. Does it have a sunglass spot? Yes, it absolutely does. Right here, Scott. I'll show you on this one. Right here on the top, like you see in a lot of our previous backpacks. This one is no different. This little pouch right here it's almost like a fleece lining to it as well. A very soft, non-abrasive, non-scratchable liner for your favorite pair of optics. Like I said, I wear prescription sunglasses. They're $300-400 a pop, and they are incredibly expensive. So, guys, that is something that I'm going to make sure that whether I take these guys off, switch over to my prescription sunglasses, these glasses are protected, or my prescription sunglasses are protected. So such great options, guys, to check out. I definitely recommend picking up the new Bait Boss backpack or the new bladed jig kit, or pick them both up, guys. Maybe I'll do a giveaway next week. These guys are awesome. I can tell you right now, I've got some filming to do on some new reels we've got coming from KastKing, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to. It's not a question of if. I will put fish in the boat this weekend on this bait right here. It's going to happen. And I'm going to post photos. I promise you, because I know it works, and it works that well. So, guys, my name is AJ Gore. Check out the new bladed jig, updated bladed jig from MadBite, live on Amazon right now. 20% off discount, 10% discount on the new Bait Boss tackle bag. We had Jake Chauncy and Ross Rhodes, NPFL, Professional Fishing League guys, on the show tonight. We definitely appreciate those guys becoming a part of the new KastKing family. And, guys, you guys and gals out there, of course, it's Happy International Women's Day. Thank you, lady anglers out there. Congratulations to you guys, and a happy International Women's Day. But you guys are a part of the KastKing family by far, and we love having you guys follow us. And if you're not following us right here on Facebook, make sure you do so, or right here on our YouTube channel, KastKing on YouTube, or KastKing on Facebook. But you can also find us on KastKing USA or KastKing Community on Instagram, and we're also on TikTok on KastKing USA. So, guys, make sure you give us a follow or smash that subscribe button. So that way, when we go live, myself, or even say Nikki, or anybody from the other tournaments, like say the Bassmaster Classic, or we're going to be at Red Crest coming up, and even ICAST, some cool things to take advantage of when we go live and know when giveaways and cool information are happening. We got the Mega Jaws Elite coming. We've got the new Spartacus 2 upgraded bait caster. We've got Bassinator spinning reels we saw. We saw a ton of new products coming out. The new KastKing Elite spinning reel is coming. So many different great products and more. There's more stuff, guys. There's more things coming that I can't really show too much of. You know, a little sneak peek, guys. KastKing's got a ton of stuff coming. You guys are going to love it. Make sure you're following us. MadBite's got new stuff coming. Extremist has got new stuff coming. You guys are just going to have to follow us when we go live and know when we're going to hook you guys up. My name's AJ Gore, also known as Give It Away AJ. And who knows, maybe next week, the top brass will say, AJ, give it away. So make sure you're following. Make sure you subscribe when we go live so we can hook you guys up. My name's AJ Gore, and I'm going to finish it off hour into the program. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys very much. Oh, by the way, need to show reels for salmon in Steelhead, Pacific Northwest. Joe, we got them. They're there. And I'll have to show you on another show.